Happy New Year, Taurus, and thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching. I have to apologize to you for my tardiness in getting these readings out for January. The holidays definitely took over, and the comings and goings made it a little bit difficult to get all of the readings in. So thank you so much for your patience and understanding, and thank you, as I said before, for those of you who are returning to my channel and for those of you who are tuning in for the first time. I wish all of you watching this an extremely fruitful, happy, healthy, abundant year during 2017. I also wanted to let all of you know that I will be posting your year ahead readings, hopefully within the next couple days, at the very latest within a week. So please stay tuned for those and check those out once they're posted. So with all of that being said, Taurus, let's take a peek and see what January 2017 is bringing in for all of you. Dun, da, da, da. All right, let's just see. I'm going to pull these cards down and make sure we have room for them all. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Very good. So in this position here, this speaks to the position of fire, which would be your creative forces, your will, your ambition. I always call it the action card, the things that get your juices going, really gets you passionate. Here you have the Seven of Rods in a reverse position. Now the Seven of Rods in an upright position speaks to an individual who potentially feels a lot of opposition coming their way at whatever they're trying to do. I feel that whatever it is that you are doing this month, you're not going to feel that opposition at all, Taurus. You're going to feel almost completely the opposite. You're going to feel that, wow, it's like smooth sailing trying to get to where I want to go. I thought that, this would pop up, or I thought something else would pop up, and it's not. So that's really good news. In the next position here, we have the position of air, which speaks to your current strategies, your thoughts concerning your goals. It can sometimes be the things that keep you up at night. Now, interestingly enough, and I hope not, by the way, Taurus, interestingly enough, you have the Magician card here, which is an extremely lucky card in the deck. In this position of air and your thoughts, it really tells me that you are thinking outside of your norm this month. You're thinking outside of the box. So as you're thinking ahead, and it's quite normal for a lot of people at this time of year to think ahead, both short-term and long-term, and where you want to be and what your goals are and your bucket list, all that good stuff happens traditionally during January. But I feel that you're actually taking it one step further, and you're thinking about things that you would never have thought about before. You're open to exploring more ideas, which is really exciting. You're considering possibilities that may utilize your talents or the talents and resources that are around you to accomplish certain things. So this is really good this month, Taurus. This could be a very expansive month for you mentally, which will ultimately roll over into what happens physically as we move throughout 2017. In the position of water, which speaks to your emotions, you have the Queen of Rods. Queen of Rods, it's quite interesting in an emotional position, because the Queen of Rods really speaks to an individual who has a lot of knowledge, a lot of really good knowledge, but knowledge around action. So how to get things done effectively and efficiently. To feel this way, I feel that you are very confident this month, Taurus, in your ability to see your plans through, and it could be because of the lack of resistance that you are getting. You're feeling extremely confident, you're feeling extremely sure-footed, and because of that, you're actually looking further than you normally would if you had those restrictions or oppositions in your life. So that's a really, really good start to the year. Now, to kick it off, in this position here, which speaks to Earth, which is your material things that affect your everyday life, what helps you cope with everyday life. When I say material, it doesn't always have to mean money. It can be the people around you, the situations around you, the things around you that help you or that affect your everyday life. Here you have the wish card, Taurus. This is awesome. So either you are going to be realizing during the month of January a wish that you have wished for. It's going to be coming true this month, Taurus. And this will be different for each one of you because this is a general reading. If it is not coming through this month, Taurus, you are definitely going to know exactly what it is you want to wish for and what it is that would mean the most to you. And you're going to be wishing really, really hard, TV universe. Please send this my way. And you know what? If you really focus and you wish and you pray and you talk to the universe and you talk to the angels, they will hear you. But I really feel that this is potentially coming through this month for you or in the very near future. But you are just flying this month, Taurus. You are on sure-footed ground this month. Now, this position here speaks to your creative forces and ambitions. So the things that drive you into new directions. Here you have the Nine of Swords, which speaks to worry. So I feel that potentially this new energy that's coming in during January, where you're exploring different avenues, you're exploring different things, it's almost like you have a child look lens on life. Something has been restored to you, and you're going to feel like a rejuvenation during the month of January with that extra energy and extra confidence. I think that is truly because, and I'm getting this very strongly, potentially during the tail end of 2016 or the recent past, you were not feeling that great. You might have been quite worried about how things were going to play out and how things were going to happen. And I think you've just finally said, you know what, whatever's going to be is going to be. I can't sit around and wait, because while I'm sitting around and worrying, life is still happening. So I'm going to live my life. And if this happens, it happens. And if not, bonus, right? So I think that is truly the mentality that you are taking on during the month of January, which is absolutely fantastic. Sorry, I just had to take a drink there before that tickle got out of control in my throat. Now, the next card here represents what helps you maintain the balanced and healthy lifestyle. So this is the Ace of Swords in reverse. Now, it's interesting. I think almost every single sign that I have read so far has had a similar message in this position. The Ace of Swords speaks to newness, new ideas taking fruition. So these are ideas that are actually starting to take form. In a reverse position, it means that they're not, that there could be some type of stagnancy there. So potentially, and it's funny because every sign has had this. During the month of January, and these are all extremely confident go-get-em cards right here, which is the base. During the month of January, we see, quite typically, people making their New Year's resolutions. And they're usually small things, and then there's big things. So, I want to go to the gym every day, and I want to eat healthy every day, and I want to quit smoking at the same time, and I'd like to get a new job, and the list goes on. And I see this all the time. And before you know it, we've got a list of like 15 things. And ironically enough, these individuals making the list try to implement all of those changes in one day. Usually turns out by the end of the week, a few of those things have fallen off and they never get resurrected again throughout the course of 2017, which is a shame because the individual selecting those things that they would like to transform in their life wanted to do so because they felt that it would have a positive impact, which I feel, Taurus, that this month, all of the things that you are going for and thinking about and doing are all going to have an extremely positive impact on your life. My guidance to you and the message to you is to take your time as you implement these things. You cannot build Rome in a day, as they say, right? So similar, if you have 10 things that you want to transform about your life, you're not going to be able to transform them all successfully in a day. So my advice to you and to some of the other signs has been, pick the one thing that you feel would add the greatest impact in a positive way to your life that is on your to-do list, and start there. once you feel that you have become comfortable with that change, and that may be different for all of you. It could be a couple days, a couple weeks, it could be a couple months, and that's fine, because everybody has different challenges that they need to overcome with every single thing. Once you feel that you're comfortable with that, take on the next thing that you feel would bring the second most greatest impact to your life. So take the baby steps to get to the greater goal quicker, because what's going to happen is if you charge ahead full force, full throttle, and you try to change everything at once, some of those things are going to be left to the wayside, and they're not going to come up until this time next year where they're back on that list, that same list. So really try to do it methodically. You have all of the energy in your favor this month, Taurus, to make these things work if you do it strategically. Now, this card here speaks to potentially what needs to go in order for your life to move forward in a positive and fulfilling direction. Here you have the Hierophant in a reverse position. The Hierophant in an upright position speaks to balance, it can speak to structure, and it can speak to fairness. Now in a reverse position, again, which complements the card we just came off of, potentially there's too much of that instability in your life, that up and down, right? Which can be created when we try to take on too much at once, and we feel so happy and so good on that first day, and then by the end of the week, because I haven't seen too many people that can take on so many challenges at once and successfully follow through with all of them, because that is a lot for our minds to adjust to, for our bodies to adjust to, and it's almost like an overload, and our body rejects it, all of that change at once. So even though we want it, even though we want that change, our body rejects it because it's just overload. It's change overload to the daily workload. So I'm getting here that what really needs to go is that up and down, up and down. I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, clear the air and really strategically think about how you're going to achieve all of these things. It can still be fun. It can still be exciting. It just will not all be at once. Which in a way is kind of good, because then you'll always feel happy, because you'll always be trying to achieve something new. And you'll always be learning and growing and accomplishing things. Now, in this position here, excuse me, this speaks to what the universe is guiding you towards for your greater fulfillment. Now, here you have the King of Cups in in a reverse position. In an upright position, and I always call people's attention with this card to this fact, you have an individual who's sitting in a stone cement chair sitting on water. Now, I haven't seen too many people be able to actually accomplish this. I've never seen somebody sit on a cement chair floating on water. It's almost like the unthinkable or the impossible, right? In a reverse position, it's almost like the universe is really making you see what is possible, as opposed to those lofty ideas that maybe didn't have the greatest prospects. So I feel that this month, Taurus, you are really looking at things with all of your resources, all of the resources that surround you to achieve what you want to achieve, and you're finding potentially different paths to get to the same goals that you may have had previously that you could never obtain. So the universe is showing you and giving you that guidance and that light this month to obtain those things, or at least the direction to take to obtain those things. Now, this card here speaks to the universe's reaction to your current state of being. And here you have the Seven of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Cups in an upright position speaks to really looking at all of your options, trying to decide what those options are. I feel that the universe sees that it's time now, Taurus, for you to be extremely focused and extremely greedy, if I can use that word, to get where you want to be, to go after what you want to go after. right? And that will be different for all of you, and what that fulfillment will mean to you. And it could be a variety of things to a variety of you. So it could be that, I've said that I wanted to start running for 3 years now, and this is the year. And the universe is saying, you've had so many aspirations in the past, and the universe is seeing you really get serious almost about what it is you want, and you're owning it now, Taurus. You're owning that personal fulfillment, and the universe is going to reward you by showing you how to get there and how to achieve those things that you have decided to move forward on. Now, the last card here, which truly could be the first card because it speaks to the foundation or the premise of the entire spread, it's the Fool in reverse. The Fool in an upright position is a very childlike card. Definitely one of great knowledge. People sometimes think that this is a child. It's not. It's somebody of great knowledge with a childlike flair. In a reverse position, though, I feel that potentially you may have been just a little bit, the childlike flair was missing from your life, Taurus, in the recent past. And you were letting the realities of life, which we all see the harshness and how harsh reality can be from time to time, but you were really feeling it. And you weren't necessarily letting in that childlike feel and that childlike glow into your life. And the universe is saying, oh no, dear, it is time, and we're going to show you how. And you're really feeling it this month, Taurus. I have to say, if you look down here, you are owning this month. Now, I always like to pull 2 additional bonus cards, too, that give me a little bit more insight into the reading. And here we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. 7 of Swords in an upright position speaks to somebody who looks like they've almost stolen something from somebody, feeling quite smug about it too. They're looking back like, haha, look at what I got away with. In a reverse position, this did not happen. So I feel that potentially, Taurus, either you in the recent past stopped somebody from walking all over you, which may have created that worry, but they were exposed, or potentially this month they will be exposed. And this potentially has a lot to do with this renowned sense of vigor that I'm seeing down here. But you are calling a spade, if you will, and you are seeing someone for who they truly are, or you have recently seen that and it's caused you a little bit of upset and worry. Now, the other card that I have here is the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords could be a person, and I'm picking up that it is a person for you this month. It's around you. So, Queen, because it's a general reading, could be male or female. Could be an air sign, too, with the swords. Not necessarily, though. I feel that there is some type of energy around you by way of a person this month who is very, very clear-visioned, no nonsense. This is how you get it done. They've been through a lot. They've seen a lot. They've seen a lot of sorrow. They've definitely learned some hard lessons, but they have a very clear vision of how to get through stuff, and very quickly and efficiently. And they're sharing that wisdom and that guidance with you this month. And that person could indeed be the gift from the universe to show you your path forward. So all in all, Taurus, this looks like a really exciting month for you, because you are coming into 2017 with an awful lot of vigor, and you are really setting your sights high, which I think is fabulous. Like I said, if your wish is not coming true, if you're not seeing it come true this month, make your wish. It's the month. But it definitely, you are looking at what you don't need in your life for your greater fulfillment, and you are truly saying sayonara to it, which makes me really happy, because that will make you really happy. So thank you so much, Taurus, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Like I said earlier, I wish you all of the best for 2017, and don't forget to tune in to your year ahead reading as well, as that may shed some more insight as to where your year is heading. So until we see each other next time, keep your head up, keep smiling and enjoy the sunshine.